Our next topic is thunderstorm and cyclone, and how thunderstorm and cyclone are developed. I have told you in first video. More a point that is remaining here that I am telling you, and you know till now that how wind current is generated, and in what manner wind current is generated at two situations, like between equator and poles region of Earth, or between the land and ocean region. And how wind current is generated? Wind current is generated because of the difference between air pressure, such as if we talk about the thunderstorm, means that at thunderstorms comes over the surface of land, and the land surface receiving high amount of sun energy becomes hot, and the hot air present over the surface of land becomes lighter, and being lighter it's rising up, and it's rising up. When it rising up, then it makes the surrounding air warm and itself become cool, and that surrounding air that becomes warm, it further rising up. So this rising process of warm air continuously going on, and in the middle there is a column made. That column we call warm air column, and surrounding air being cold starts sink downwards, because at the surface of land there are high pressure region, there are low pressure region. So the cold air of upper side region starts to sink downwards. So heavy wind starts to blow from high pressure region to low pressure region, and because of that thunderstorm come. And so here written, the upward movement of hot air and the downwards movement of cold air. And why this movement is occurred? Because of the difference between air pressure leads to stormy wind, and that stormy wind accompanied by heavy rains, because during the process of rising warm air, they carry water vapor with them, so clouds formation occurs at the upper side of atmosphere. Because of that heavy rains come, and lightning and thunder also produce here, and thunder means heavy sound is produced, and because cloud formation occurs, so lightning is produced, lightning also produced there. So this event is called thunderstorm. Students, you are seeing here upward movements of hot air, and surrounding cold air sink downwards at the surface of Earth. So arrow symbol are here, you are seeing that show development of thunderstorm. Next is there are three conditions to form a thunderstorm. Three conditions to form a thunderstorm. It means these three conditions leads to the condition where between atmospheric pressure are created by these three conditions. First is moisture or thunderstorm. In thunderstorm, rain comes. It means how does rain come? Because of the moisture that through the air, that water vapors are carried with the air. So moisture is moisture have to be present in air to form a thunderstorm, because during a thunderstorm cloud formation occurs. An unstable air mass means it is an unstable air mass also leads to the difference between air pressure. Moisture didn't leads to the difference between air pressure. Because of moisture, cloud formation occurs. Previously, I told you that these three conditions leads to the difference where difference between air pressure is generated. Moisture is not included in that. An unstable air mass leads to the difference between air pressure. It is an area of air that is warmer than the air that surround it, which causes it to rise. Means that such as this is the reason of warm air, and surrounding air is cooled. So this air is warmer than the air that surround it. So warm air starts to rising up because of the difference between air pressure, because the air pressure of warming air is low, and cold, the reason where cold air is present, there is high pressure region. So this is an unstable air mass, we call this. and warm air starts to rising up because of this unstable air mass. A lifting force, and if lifting force is also necessary to form a thunder, because when warm air rising at the upper direction, then cold air of the surrounding atmosphere sinks downwards. So this is a lifting force that is necessary to form a thunderstorm, and this also not leads to the difference between air pressure. Unstable air mass leads to the difference between air pressure, and because of that air pressure, a lifting force is generated. Next is, it is safe to take shelter in a bus during thunderstorm, and during thunderstorm lightning is also produced. So it is because when the lightning strikes, and that lightning comes at the surface of land or between the clouds or between the atmosphere. So that lightning that is produced during thunderstorm can become at the surface of land and can be strike on outer atmosphere. And it is because when the lightning strikes, car's metal body, this is car metal body, can conduct lightning to the earth safely without harming you and causing any damage. Because when lightning strike to this car metallic body, then this car metallic body conduct lightning, means this lightning that is fall on this metallic surface of car, this then metallic body can conduct lightning to the earth safely. Then this then car metallic body transfer this light to the earth safely, so you can from any damage. So to the earth safely without harming you or causing any damage. But we should not touch with metallic part in the vehicle, because in the metallic part electricity falls on, and metal is the good conductor of electricity, so you may get shock. So you should not touch the metallic body of a car. Precautions and destructions of thunderstorm are given in your book. You can read this from your book. And next is cyclone. Cyclone, the concept of cyclone, how cyclone come is that it's same by the following the concept of wind current, that how wind currents are generated. And cyclone always come over the surface of sea, and when the surface of sea receiving high light, so the air above the sea becomes warm, being lighter, and starts to rising up and form a warm air column. And this warm air that is rising up, it makes surrounding air warm because it transfers its energy to the surrounding air, and that surrounding air becomes warm, and that surrounding air is also starts to rising up, and this air becomes cold itself by transferring its energy to the surrounding air, and this cold air having tendency to sink downwards. So this is the reason that how cyclone is generated. And cyclone is always generated at the surface of sea, and between the high speed winds flow towards the region of low air pressure, because it is a concept that high pressure the air flow from the high pressure region to low pressure region, and in the midway there is low pressure region, and surrounding part of this low pressure having high air pressure, so wind starts to blow from high to low air pressure, and this area we call cyclone I. So a cyclone is a huge revolving storm caused by very high speed winds blowing around a central area of low pressure. So very high speed winds are blowing here to the blowing around the central part of low pressure zone over the ocean. So this is cyclone. Next is factors that contributes to the development of cyclone. Wind speed, because wind speed here necessary to form a cyclone. Wind direction, that in what direction wind is flown, that all winds blow. All winds are blow around this region that having low air pressure. So this is wind direction. Temperature, and because of temperature, difference between air pressure is generated, so wind starts to blow. And humidity, during cyclones cloud formation also occurs, so humidity is necessary in the so humidity is a factor that contributes to the formation of cyclone, because when high speed winds are generated and then warm air rising up, then it's carry water vapor with them and forms clouds. So this is cyclone, and cyclones comes over the surface of sea, and thunderstorm comes over the surface of land. Cyclone eye, you know that what is cyclone eye, that this is the area of low air pressure around which high speed winds blow. So this is the cyclone eye. The area of very low pressure at the center of the cyclone is called its eye. Destructions of cyclone and precautions to be taken before and after cyclones are given in your book. You can read from your book. And this chapter have finished here. Thank you.